All right, she's the mover and the shaker. We got to have you do it. Go ahead.
Moving and shaking with Brandy.
When Blaise doesn't do it.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
This is the second person on the interviews that's made us dance in some shape or form. All right, JJ.
hey, Blaise Rosser.
Hey, it's another KLT Thursday. What's KLT stand for?
KLT, Know, Like, and Trust Thursday.
Hey, if you're going to do business with people, you got to what?
You got to know them, you got to like them, and you got to trust them.
So each Thursday, we're trying to highlight different people that we network with, that we know, we like, and we trust.
People that we use ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. We see them on a weekly basis. So we want to get that across to anybody that we may know that these people are tried and true. So
Right.
Without further ado, let's bring in our guest.
Brandy. Good
Hi.
morning. Where's it at?
Nice to see you.
All right, she's the mover and the shaker. We got to have you do it. Go ahead.
Moving and shaking with Brandy.
When Blaise doesn't do it.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
This is the second person on the interviews that's made us dance in some shape or form. What was it? The vet.
Dr. Linda. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, welcome, Brandy.
Thank you.
All right, and those of you that have seen us before know that Brandy is a mover, the mover we prefer, and we refer somebody we know, like, and trust. Blaise, you got any questions for her?
I do. So, Brandy, I pay attention to all the stuff that you put on Facebook and things like that. And one of the questions that I get from people all the time when they're preparing for a move, being a realtor, these questions always are coming up is, what are the things that I need to either transport myself or I can't pack?
Yes,
that's a great for that move.
That's a great question. So, when you're moving locally, and we can kind of touch on that because it is a little bit different locally or long distance and things like that. But locally, one of the things a lot of my customers do is move their TVs themselves. They disconnect them or they have them down and have the box ready so that we can pack it. If you want us to pack the TV, that's fine. We bring it. I'm very thorough with making sure what you need. Another one, when it comes to packing, and a lot of people do their own packing on local moves to save on cost. You really want to start with the room and finish that room and pack per room. So looking at my kitchen, when you pack your kitchen, you want to make sure on the side of the box, not just the top, because that's where the guys are going to see it when they're taking them out. We want to put it in the right room. You're going to mark kitchen, you're going to mark breakables. The same thing, Blaise's little girl, Paige's room, Lisa's room, Brandon's room, whatever the case may be. Make sure you're marking your breakables for sure. A lot of people.
You're right. You're right on the side of the box, right?
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Yes.
For those Italian moves.
Yep.
For those Italian customers.
And a lot of people locally think, and this is where they go wrong, I'll just take my clothes myself. With my customers, and if it's a realtor referral for sure, or somebody that I know, we usually bring wardrobes for free. And we stand them up. They hold about 2 feet of clothing. You put your clothes in them. Once you use them, you'll never go back.
Are they better than black garbage bags?
You know what they are, and they're much easier to hang up. Yes, and your partner will be very happy that we brought them. So,
and I want to make my partner happy. That is a goal.
That is. If you can make it through moving day happily, like you're golden for the rest of your lives.
Seriously. I would love moving day.
I know what you're talking about with the wardrobes because I've seen people where they're so handy that they keep them and they store them in the basement for summer and winter clothes.
I usually get a call. Yep, I usually get a call. If we keep them, do we have to pay for them? I don't care what, whatever you want for the box, we'll just keep these. Yeah, exactly.
Do you do only residential moves or do you also do like office moves?
We do. We specialize in commercial. I know you guys are really getting for what, a year now, Blaise? The commercial, year and a half, commercial real estate?
Yeah, almost 2 years now we've been getting into commercial.
Okay. Yeah, we do a lot of work for Kent State, Kent Stark. We do schools. We do big office buildings, small office buildings, all of it.
Awesome.
Yep, we have the equipment for all of that. So in that case, what a lot of people have their clients or their workers move is their contents of their desk, which we have that all mapped out for them, things that they'll need, things that they can save on cost and make it easier moving day.
So one last question I have for you, and I hear this a lot, is if I pack stuff myself, is it still insured, or how does that, is it better to have you guys pack than to try to do it myself? Or are there certain items that you recommend you guys pack versus me?
Sure. So anytime there's a family heirloom or something that cannot be replaced, I always recommend we pack it. As far as insurance goes, if there is a claim, as long as it's packed well, it is legally still insured. Now, what comes into play is I tell my customers, if there's a box of dishes that you pack that are broken, keep the box. If there's damage to the outside of the box, usually the third party, not us, adjuster will say the mover's liable. If it's inside and you put a whole bunch of dishes in without any paper or bubble wrap, then it would come back that the customer's liable. If we pack it, you're always liable. All of our national accounts, that's one of the reasons they do full packs, especially going interstate, is we're completely liable for everything. Usually there's still minor coverage that comes free. We're not an insurance agent, so we have to sub that out, but there's still legal liability that comes with the local move. So a lot of people will pack clothing and books and pots and pans, kids' toys, and then they have us pack the breakables. And then if they don't, if they get to some of them, great. But yeah, so that's usually, you definitely can save on money when you do your own packing, but insurance is a thing. It's great to have a professional mover pack anything that's breakable.
Let me just clarify. If you pack it, you're liable.
I am 100%
liable.
That's correct. If the mover packs, they are 100% liable.
They are 100%. Okay.
And if the customer packs, then it's questionable. That's a very honest answer. It depends where the liability falls once the adjuster looks at it.
Okay.
So as far as like, if this happens a lot in the real estate world, if I'm closing today, but my new house isn't going to be available for a week, what do I do with that stuff? Does it sit on the truck? I mean, how do I make this move happen?
That's a great question. And we have a very safe, secured warehouse. If it's a couple of days in the appropriate weather, we try to keep it on the truck. The more you load and unload a shipment, the higher chance there is of a claim. That's just a fact. So we try to avoid that. If it's a week or 2 weeks, sometimes it does need to come off, which we would put it into storage. We really don't do pods anymore. The reason for that, they are nice if there's storage, is claims. We have customers packing that don't pack, that load, that don't usually load. Like, I'm not going to go paint, something, a house or something like that I don't do every day. So we've kind of done away with those. But to answer your question, we try to keep it on the truck. If you're going out of state, usually up to a couple days or a week, we can hold it, and oftentimes at no cost. If we have to hold it, sometimes we can even rent a truck to hold it to try to save you on money. We don't want to unload and reload if we don't have to. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but we try not to.
Okay, it's good. Just good to know that you're flexible.
Yeah. And that happens a lot, Blaise, and I'm sure you see it a lot.
Sure, absolutely. So bottom line is, if you're watching this and you're thinking about moving and you want to get a quote about that move, whether it's residential or commercial, any of those options, when it comes to moving, Brandy is the person that I recommend, without a doubt. Reach out to Frank or I. If you're watching this video, you probably know us, and we'll get you in touch with Brandy, and she can help you out.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Brandy.